you can do. So I guess I'll start again. So the spirit's here, and you're running to a pallet. She sees that. She's just got a phase back. She wants to win the pallet game before you get to it. She phases, right? You run to it, you put it down, and you stay here. What did she hear, right? She can't see anything because she's in phase. She saw the pallet drop, so she's assuming you're there, right? You can agree with that. So what you could do with this, little trick, mind game, whatever you want to call it, is you can put the pallet down here and then start walking this way. You've got no scratch marks, and she thinks you're here. Okay, that's just one, right? Once you've done that to her, if that has worked or it hasn't worked, then you can work out like, great, so she knows you did that last time. She knows you did that last time. So now, this time, you put it down, but you're here. And then you walk that way. And now there's a window, so maybe you can walk over that as well. So now you're here when she's thinking you're here. You see what I mean? So that's already two things that you can do. But then there's even more. This is just a pallet. You can put it down here, but then slide over loudly, right? So she's heard bang and then zhoosh. But now, which way are you? Did you put the pallet down? Oh my god, my pallet's getting bigger. Did you put the pallet down when you were here and slide that way? Or did you put the pallet down here and slide that way? She don't know. She don't know. Or you could put the pallet down, be there, and then slowly go over. So, which way are you now? Are you here and standing there? Are you here and standing there? Are you here and slid over? No, you can't slid over, she wouldn't have heard that. But are you here and then you went over slowly? Are you here, then you went over slowly? Are you here and you walked over there? Are you here and you walked over there? Did you go through that window? Did you go that way? Like, do you see? Like, that's why I put pallets down. Because it creates the head fuck. It isn't just 50-50. There's so much to it. That's what I'm on about. So, like, when you see me getting chased by a spirit, and then I go to this loop here, and then all of a sudden, you see me just put the pallet down here, and then I'm stood there, and then I walk this way, and the spirit's there, and you're like, oh my god, bad spirit. No, it's because they thought, I panicked, put the pallet down, we're here, and now I'm running forward. So they're like, well, I'll just go wee, and then go here. But then when they are there, right, because they think that's what you've done, they go wee, and they stand here, and they're like, and then they see a window here, and they're like, did they do something here? They like pretend it's a jungle gym, right? Did they do something here? Did they go that way? Where did they? But really, I'm here now. Because what I did is when I put the pallet down, right? Let's just do that. When I put the pallet down, I'm still here. They think I'm here, obviously, and then I walked this way, maybe even behind a rock. Now I'm behind this rock here, and the spirit is like down here because they thought I ran this way. Do you get what I'm on about? So this is what I'm on about when I'm talking about the mind games, and when I go against spirits, why they get head fucked. It's not because they're bad spirits. It's not because they chase someone else. I've had that as well, where I've put a pallet down, right? And I've done that, where I've put it at this side, and then I've walked here, right? So therefore, okay, well, he's running that way. And then they can't find me. But then, there's another survivor leaving scratch marks everywhere. Okay, well, I'll go after her and hit her. It isn't that they just decided to go after her. They lost me, and they went after someone who was obvious to see. You know, that's the thing. The pallet is the best way to do the mind game, because that's, you putting the pallet down, it's forcing an explosion on her screen. It's forcing this kind of like this moment where it's like, well, two things could have happened from that explosion. And usually they're going to think, because most survivors do that, they're just going to be at that side and then running forward, because that's what most survivors do. They don't try and do anything sophisticated. But if you put it down here, if you put the pallet down here and stay at this side, most likely they're going to think you're that way. It happens a lot, that. You can do it at windows as well. It's the same kind of thing. You see her stopping phasing there. You can run to the window but not actually vault it. You can run to the window and slow vault it. You can run to the window, fast vault it, then slow vault it. You can run to the window, fast vault it, then walk. Run to the window, fast walk. Like, there's different kind of ways. Also, there's another thing what you need to do as well if you verse a spirit. You don't need to anyway, she's getting nerfed. But, you know, if she weren't getting nerfed, these are things you should learn. When it's a loop, right, and there's like a pallet and a window or whatever, right, you don't want to be in her track, okay? So what a spirit will do, especially like say if you walked over here and you're like waiting here, right? Let's say a jungle gym. Let's just pretend that was it. It's good enough, right? That's a pallet. I don't know what the fuck that is. Okay, if she sees that you're here, what she's probably going to do is she's going to try and feel for you. Most likely. So what you want to do, and this isn't just at this position, you want to be a bit away from where she last saw you. So if she saw you here, when she phases around, she's going to be pushing around here, right? So what you want to do is you want to push a bit out of her her way. What that'll do is it'll make her a bit more confused. That's why when people say take away the collision with phasing, it actually could help her in a way. Because when you don't collide with a survivor, you overthink yourself. You're like, well, I thought they were here, but I don't feel them anymore. So you come out of phase, and then all of a sudden it's like you don't know where they are. So that's something you need to do as well. But as I said, she's very difficult, and you can see a lot of these kind of tactics you need to do versa are very difficult, and it's all about prediction and that kind of stuff. But it should be difficult if you go against the new spirit, for example, right? The new spirit, and she phases, right? There's a massive telltale that she's phasing, and you're at a pallet now. You can just wait to this pallet, and then, you know, you see scratch marks coming towards you, pallet down. She's fucked. You see scratch marks coming around here, you see them here, slide over. What can she do? If you can react to what she's doing, what exactly does she have? So there you go anyway. Hopefully I explained some stuff. But the best one and the most fun one is she's chasing you, you see her phase, and there's a pallet here. You drop that pallet, mind games begin. It's really fun. Dropping the pallet there and then walking that way is, you know, very, very strong. But conditioning wise, if she goes against you, right? This is conditioning. If she goes against you and you put the pallet down there, you stand here, you walk that way, she thinks you're there, but then she sees you. Okay, she's lost her charge, so now she's walking 110%, 110%, 110%, you know, easy pallet drops, blah, blah, blah. Okay, she's got her ability back again, right? Now you're back at another pallet, or a window, whatever. Pallet, just for this example, because it's with the conditioning. Okay, there's another pallet here, right? This time, she's thinking, right, so last time, for him to get there, he probably put the pallet down here and walked that way. So this time, I'm going to go here and see if he appears here. What that'll do for Spirit is it'll allow her to have a bit more recharge because it's not too long of a Spirit thing. She's also trying to bait you doing that. But because you've already done that, you're thinking, well, this time I'll do the opposite. Now I'm here. So you're here and she's there thinking she just played you. But now she's there, you're over here. You run that way. You want to run this time because she's going to get her phase back. Or you could kind of stay around there, but I'd recommend running. And then she's wasted once again, you know, like she has like a phase meter. She's wasted like that much for that. So it makes sense that she'd do that because, you know, less gamble. The 4-1, what she does is like way more of a gamble. It's like, you know, all the phase has gone. So she has to be 110% until it's fully charged now. But there you go. Once again, you're conditioning her. And then eventually, yeah, she should eventually get you. But already, I've probably wasted about a minute of her time. A minute of a killer's time is insanely damaging. Insanely damaging. It isn't about me getting chased for 5 gens against a spirit. It's how much time can I take away from this insanely strong force with as much ability as possible. That's what it should be about. Anyway, that's what I do against the spirit. There's way more than just that. That's kind of the basics where it's, you know, it's all about the conditioning, the head game. Also, she's 110%, so, you know, the basic stuff, which you can do versus any killer, you know, where you pretend you're going for a fast vault and then you go that way and she whiffs the attack. That can happen a lot. You do that when she's getting a phase back, because when she is 110%, she can't phase, obviously. Once you've head fucked her and she's on, you know, 0%, she has to be 110 for X amount of time. And then you need to think about, you know, how much percent is she on? How much percent does she have left? Sometimes I'll see survivors do this shit. Like, a spirit's gone whoosh for ages, right? And the survivor doesn't realize she's obviously depleted. Like, she's like literally down here, if not like all the way down. And then she stops at a pallet what her survivor's put down. And the survivor looks at her, and then he goes, whoa. Well, obviously she's not phasing. Obviously she's just looking at you. Why are you doing that after she's just phased? She's 110%. Just run away from the pallet. So hopefully you get this shit. But as I said, you don't really need to because she's probably getting nerfed. But there you go. Hopefully some of you got it. If at least just one of you, maybe 1% of you got it, you'll at least understand what I'm on about. Anyway, let's carry on with